here is the iPhone 16 new range which I was speaking about, iPhone 16 Max Pro, and this is designed right in the building behind me. This is we are at the Apple store, and this is the Apple Park right behind me in Cupertino, California, where the Apple phones are designed. You can see the whole Apple 16 range here with me, and this entire range is going to be manufactured in India in the coming days. Apple has already said that it wants to shift its production to India in a big way, and you will see the iPhone 16 Pro Max. You will see the iPhone 16 Pro being manufactured in India. So you'll have a logo soon saying designed in California, made in India, exported from India. And Apple plans to manufacture nearly 20 to 25% of its phones in the coming days from India. And that is a big news, because here in Apple, in California, we've long had made in China phones, and they were designed in California but manufactured in China. And now we'll soon see Apple phones being manufactured in India in a big way. And Apple is a big market in India now, because India is the second biggest smartphone market in the world, and that is why we see Apple having big plans, big investments in our country. So we are at the famous Apple store in Apple Park, Cupertino, California. And you see on your iPhone, designed in California. This is where it is designed, and you can see behind me in this Apple store, on this VR screen, in fact, you can see the entire Apple Park here. This is the main campus, and it's one of the most, I think, sought after campuses of a tech company in the world. And this is where your Apple phones are designed, and you can see behind me, this is the VR center they've made so that people come from far and wide actually to see, because Apple guards its premises very, very carefully. You can't get inside, but here is where you can get a sneak peek of the entire ring building of the Apple Park. And Apple is big in India, as Apple has just announced that it will be opening 4 new retail stores in India. It already has 2 big stores in India, the signature stores in Delhi as well as Mumbai. And now it's going to open another store in Delhi-NCR, another store in Mumbai, as well as Bengaluru and Pune. And Apple has been growing big. When we see it is growing big, and I can see you a bit of the Apple store inside, where we see people are actually queuing up to, when they buy these Apple products, they come here to pick it up. You can order an Apple product in the USA and come to a store to pick it up. And this is the signature store you see behind me. Number of people here, it's full. Today is a Saturday, and we see lots and lots of people buying Apple products. And that is why Apple is so big in India. Apple revenue has grown about 42% in 2023 year on year to about $8.7 billion. Apple is also producing the entire iPhone 16 range now in India. So in a big way, after China, we see the Apple's manufacturing moving from China to India in a big way. Yeah, India is the second biggest smartphone market in the world, and that is why Apple has big plans for here. More retail stores, more business, more manufacturing. It's unreal. About 3 years back, we didn't have a single iPhone being manufactured in India, and now we have the entire iPhone 16 range being manufactured in India. The iPhone 16, the iPhone 16 Pro, and the iPhone 16 Pro Max will also be manufactured in India. About 12 to 15% of Apple's production is going to happen in India in the next coming years. And these are the stores. This is the California main store of Apple, where Apple has been envisioned. We see many Indian Americans, in fact, working in Apple, contributing to the expertise that Apple has, and that is why we see Apple is so big in India. You go to the Apple Park, if you can't get inside, but the main Apple Park area is, we see many visitors just come here to have a sneak peek at how this big tech company in the world is operating, and how they are, this revolution, Apple revolution we call, the new Apple 16 comes, and see how it sells out in India in big time. And that is why Apple becoming a big market after China, India becoming a big market for Apple after China. The slow transition which is happening, and Apple has big investment plans in India as well in the coming years. At News 18, we got a chance to get a sneak peek at the Apple Park and at this Apple store. We'll try and pick up something from here as well today, and explaining basically what are the big plans of Apple in India.